Hello, this is Ian with BasementTechnology, and today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on how to make input variables in your URL. In the description I will have a download to the class, and I will show you how to use it in this tutorial. What we'll be showing you how to do is go on a YouTube video and replace the youtube.com domain and replace it with your website domain, and when you hit it, it shows you your video in a much larger player. This is a very useful technique, so stick around. So first we're going to look at the input URL on a YouTube video and the embedded code on a YouTube video. So if you look, here is the main URL here, and then there's a question mark which initiates the input, and then a variable, and this is probably the video ID. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to share, and we're gonna look at the embedded code. And the embedded code has right here, it has the width variable, the height variable, then a URL to the embedded video. And as you can see here, this input value is the same as the one in the URL. So what we can do is we can use that to embed any YouTube video. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this code and go over and make a new blank PHP page. And we'll give it a title. So what we're gonna have to do first is you're gonna want to add a folder in your main site directory, and put the input file in the description in that folder. So what that file will have, it'll have two methods, one that we won't cover in this video but will be useful in the future, and the other that is a get method that will get any input that is put into the URL. So what we're going to do is save it into our root folder. I'm going to save it as watch.php. Alright, save into just my main directory. And before any of the HTML, you're going to want to initiate PHP code, and you're probably going to want to close it so you don't get those stupid syntax errors. And then here you're going to want to first require the class that is in the download, which is it's in classes / input.php. So it will require that, and you will now have that class to mess around with and use the methods of. So next thing we're going to want to do is we are going to make a variable which is ID, which will equal input and then the method in input, that is get. And if we go back and look at a YouTube video, the variable ID is v, the variable name. So we're going to access the v variable, put that in quotes, and ID will be v. And if there is no ID, if somebody goes to this page and there is no input in the URL, we're going to want to check if ID exists. So we're going to check if it exists. If it does not exist, we're just going to kill the page, and we'll have a message that says Alright, so after that, I think we'll probably want to also have a variable that is x input that is not necessary, a variable x that is not necessary, and we can enter into the URL to change the size of the video player. So x will equal input get, and we'll just call it x. And x will be the width. And we'll just copy this and make it again and call this y. And we will not make another we will not make this required. So let's write the code for the actual player. So go down to your body tag and go back to the code back here and copy it and paste it into here. So now we have a video player for YouTube that is 1280 by 720. So what we're going to want to do is just delete the dimensions of the video and just give yourself some space. And in between the width, start some PHP code. And we are going to echo. We're going to make a ternary operator here, which will say if x exists. So if the variable x exists, then it will echo x. And if it doesn't, it will echo 1280, which is the default. So if x is not set in the input and it doesn't exist, then it will just default to 1280. And we'll do the same for the width, or the height, except it'll be y and 720. Alright, so we're essentially going to do the same thing for the embedded ID over here. So just give yourself some room, PHP, and just echo ID. And so that should be about it. So once you have uploaded it to your server, you'll want to go to a YouTube video to test it. And if you have not set up the htaccess file so that the PHP extension in your URL is not gone, you'll want to add a PHP to the end of the watch like this on a YouTube video. But I have it set up, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to erase the the youtube.com and replace it with q3.com. And once I go there, the video that I was on just now shows up in 720 by 1280 by 720, and I can play it in large. And also, if I add an and symbol and I write x equals 150 and then do another and sign, y equals 200, hit enter, it changes the size of the player. This has been Basement Technology with another tutorial. If it was helpful, please like and comment and subscribe for more helpful videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.